Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King Steve Arias here, and today we have another exciting episode. First of all, before I do anything else, thank you guys for the tremendous support on my last Rainbow Six Siege info video. It got so much likes and views, and I'm just ecstatic about it. Thank you guys so much for watching and paying attention. That it's got the most views I've ever had on any video, so thank you guys for that. Now on to the gameplay. Just to tell you a little bit about the gameplay, I ran into a couple people online, and I decided, you know what, let's play. And these guys beat us bad the first couple rounds, but we got our act together and ended up playing some pretty good games. So go ahead and watch this, guys, and see what happens at the very end. Comes down to the last round, and it's very intense. So that's the gameplay, and on to the news, guys. So they had a live stream this last week that introduced all the new operators, and man, is it crazy good. I gotta say, it is incredible, and it's awesome to see what's going on and how it's happening. So first of all, let's go over the operators and the new stuff that we found out about the operators, and then we can also talk about the new map, and then the other patch notes that just came out today, actually. So we're going to talk about those and everything else. So let's get back into it. So first of all, let's talk about Blackbeard. I talked about how I thought Blackbeard was just going to be OP. I still kind of think that, I'm not going to lie. I still feel that he has a very significant advantage. But let me explain. When I saw Blackbeard and I saw his shield, the first thing I thought is that his shield was going to be like Buck's shotgun. It was just going to be on his gun all the time. Now we know that not to be the case. The shield actually has to be deployed onto the gun so that you can so when you use it, so it's not on there all the time, it's only during certain times. The only thing I'm kind of wondering about is how will that work with maybe sights. It'll be kind of interesting because they didn't actually show any sights. So are you not able to use sights on this gun? That might be the case. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and find out and see for sure, but that's going to be kind of interesting. But this, in Windows, this dude is going to be a monster because with that shield on, you can't headshot him. If he leans to the right, you can't shoot him. If he goes down and he's got that shield on in Windows, too bad. You ain't gonna get him, man. So this is the big issue with him for sure. Now there is a downside. When you put the shield on top of the gun, you actually slow your movement speed down significantly. So you aren't going to be able to run around. You're not going to be able to make fast movements or anything like that when you have this gun equipped. So there is that, and I'm glad that they did that because that is a pretty good downside to it being on there. On the other side, you throw a C4 just like anything else, and you're going to get him. So there's always upsides and downsides to him. But man, he is going to add a new dynamic, and he is going to be a must pick. Like he is going to be one of those guys like Thermite that you have to pick on the offensive side. I truly believe that. He is going to, man, he's going to do. We got to see a little bit of his Scar H, and that was pretty interesting. I liked seeing a Scar H in action. It's a hard hitting gun, from what I could tell, like 3 hits or so, and he took someone out. So that's going to be a really interesting way to see how heavy hitting it actually is when we get to testing that sucker. Now we've talked about that, let's move on to Valkyrie. Valkyrie is really good too. I am excited for her like no other. I'm excited and I'm very like unhappy with her at the same time. I've got a love-hate relationship with her because, and this is the reason why, you can throw her cameras outside. So spawn killing already is hard enough. It's going to be that much harder with these new things, man. I mean, you pop them outside in a spot that you know people come. You can literally you can throw these cameras out to where you think people are going to be spawning, right? Throw them out to where you think they're going to be spawning. Check your cameras real quickly, and then be like, oh, they're spawning over here, so we know. You can have 2 guys at each position just waiting to take them down. That's ridiculous, especially in places like Harrison Base and House. Like spawn killing's ridiculous, and even other maps as well. Oh man, I'm kind of worried about, but it's awesome. I think that she's going to be a great asset. And this is the big question: how many cameras do you think she will get? Not 1, 2, 3, Four cameras. Four cameras. Now, some of you are like, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal." Let's compare that to like every other operator. How many operators do you know in this game that have four different things? There's only one person. There's only one person, and that's Mute. That's Mute. Mute is the only person that has four types of her gadgets. That's ridiculous. That is absurd. That's four new cameras. That's four new waypoints that you get to watch out for. I mean, I am. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. That's a lot of information, man. You can plant these in hallways. You can plant these in special little spots. I'm sure we're gonna have videos on where to plant Valkyrie's little like cameras all over the place. On top of that, guys, she gets a Spaz shotgun, all right, and it is confirmed now. It is semi-automatic, which is awesome. And I was really hoping they'd go that route. I was really hoping that they would go the semi-automatic route because semi-automatic weapons have a good pass with me, you know. The only and I was kind of worried that it might be OP like Frost shotgun. However, watching it in action, I definitely have to say that I don't think it's overpowered. He shot someone a couple times in the live stream at the range. It didn't seem like it was overpowered. It seemed like it was pretty well balanced. They had to be pretty close. So I am ecstatic about it. It looks really cool. Um, Thing about Valkyrie, man, is she's got some great weapons. Her submachine gun looked pretty beastly too. And man, it just oh goodness, man, she looked like a boss. I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to play her out and play Blackbeard out too to see how good these guys are in actual game. I can say these guys are OP, but you know what? Maybe when I play them, I'll have a completely different opinion on them. We'll just have to wait and see when everything comes out. So, anyways, here's all the map things, and and we also have this new map called Border. It's got like a Middle Eastern type thing. It's got sand and stuff. Apparently, it's really destructible. It's really, really, really destructible. So I think like Sledge and Buck and all these other. I think they're going to have a heyday on this map. Is what I think. I think that this is going to be a great map to show off and just to kind of like get a good variation of everything. So there's that. Um, the map apparently is about the size of Harrison base. So it's about this size overall. It's about a medium-sized base. I mean, take that what you will. That's how they described it in the live stream. I don't know. I know a lot of people wanted to see. They really wanted to see another map like House. Unfortunately, I think it's a little bit bigger than that, and that's okay. That's not that big of a deal. Apparently, when they were playing it, though, they said that it was felt very similar, and I hope that's not the case. I mean, obviously, a map can look similar and have a different feel. That's kind of how I felt about Harrison Base the first couple times I played it too. Is that everything looks so similar, like you can't really tell where you're at half the time. But you learn the map and everything else. So there's that. Take that for what you will. That's just my 2 cents. Then, okay, so now that we've gotten that whole thing out of the way, we've got the map and the two new operators kind of analyzed here. Let's go into the notes, okay, here. Let's go into the stinking notes, okay? So First of all, we have buffs to 3 different operators, right? We have IQ, Montonia, and Tachanka. Thank the Lord. This guy has needed a buff for a while now, and I'm glad they finally did. Now let's start off with Tachanka. So first of all, he's got his speed ability, so he's able to place down his turret faster, and I think get off of his turret faster as well. And he's able to place his turret in a lot of different spots now. Like, it's so hard to find a spot for Tachanka. I think that's one of his biggest things, too, is that you don't have time to place it down or do anything with it because it takes so long. It takes so long for you to be able to find a spot to just place it down. That's definitely one of my biggest things, too. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But I think that's a really good thing. Now we can place it down in spots. Maybe we'll be able to find special corners that we can just kind of like hook him up and he'll go ham. And hopefully he'll be very movable too, along with this new update that we can move him from spot to spot. I actually have a really good friend that likes Tachanka a lot. And I think it's a good thing because, man, he moves around with him like all the time. Like all the time, he's constantly moving him, and he does really well with him. It's really surprising to see, like, you can actually use Tachanka properly and get good stuff. So along with this update, I'm really excited to try him out and see maybe I can eventually get good with him. Maybe I can get some good gameplay with that. So next we have, this is my favorite. This is my favorite update, and that would be IQ. IQ is now able to see the outline of objects that she can, use her ability on. So we won't just see a circle and be like, "What the freak is that?" No, no, no. We will know exactly what it is, whether it's thermites or not thermite. Well, I guess no. Whether it's bandits charge battery or cameras or whatever the freak it is, we'll actually be able to tell what it is and shoot through it. That was one of that. I mean, honestly, this is going to give her a lot. Now, Valkyrie will also give IQ a lot more use. Those cameras, we're not going to know where the freak the cameras are all the time. It's going to be hard to know where these cameras are. So, with that being said, just by having Valkyrie there, we're going to get a lot more playability out of stinking out of IQ. But now she has this buff. I think this is going to be way better than she was before. She's got amazing weapons, and I hope that people start to play her more. That would make me very happy, because I honestly like IQ a lot, and I feel like she has massive potential. The last one is Montonia. Montonia. I I don't know what else to say other than Montonia is just a wall. Okay. Montonia is a wall, right? They just made Montonia like the Great Wall of China, okay? She not only has this massive wall that you can't do anything about, but the sides, they've extended the sides to like go around her sides now. Like on each side of the shield, there's now I wish I had a picture of it to show you guys. It like pops out and has like 180-degree like protection of the front of her body. It's ridiculous. I was like, what the freak? I don't know, man. You're gonna need some C4 though. That's all I've got to say. You're gonna need that nitro cell, man, because good night, man. You are not gonna be able to shoot through that sucker. There is no way. You're not gonna shoot anyone through that. So there is that as well, and I know that some people are. I am so happy they did this. They needed to do this for a long time. Um, but you know what? With everything else going on, this was good. This is good. This was a good patch update. This is really good for the overall thing. They have other things that they've done as well. Number one of the other things that they kind of talked about a little bit was that you can cancel. So like thermite, for example. Let's say you were putting down something and there's a bandit charge on that reinforced wall, and you're thermite and you didn't realize it, and you just I've done that before because the electricity sometimes doesn't really show up really there, and so you see that, and once you put that down, there's no way to cancel that. There's no way to stop that action. And meanwhile, there might be a guy on the other side of the map that's shooting at you, and you can't do anything about it. You are dead at that point in time. You know it. You know it. Yeah, this is a good thing. So now you'll be able to actually cancel that action apparently, and you won't lose your thermite, number one, and number two, if there's a guy shooting at you, you can quickly cancel and maybe get a turn on him. That would be awesome. I mean, I can't wait to see how this diversifies the playing field is all. Finally, this is another thing. Finally, we are getting customization in between rounds. Asking for this since the beginning of the game, and they're finally giving it to us. I'm super excited about this. I think this will add a lot of customization and diversity. Apparently, they're also making the red dot smaller, which we've also been asking for forever. And also, I think it's the ACOG as well, I think? It's either the ACOG or the, whatever the other site. I don't even know it, man. I've never even used the site before in my life. I have no idea what the other site even is. The holographic or the red dot site. I already used the red dot site here there too, but anyway, so there's that. Made it smaller so that we can tell where we're shooting and things like that. So that's awesome. Now, with everything being said and done now, with that, it's really good. Also, there's going to be headgear involved. I'm not super. I mean, good. Whatever. People want headgear. Okay, that's fine. Not something I'm jumping out of my seat over or anything like that. But hey, you know what? Headgear. That's fine. One more thing. This might make some people mad and some people not. But Thermite's grenades have been taken away and they have been given to Buck. And I like this move for one reason. With the grenades, you can take out, you have those little spots where you can take out mute charges and those type of things. So what's the point of having Thermite? You know what I'm saying? That's Thermite's role, man. He is supposed to take out those things. And Thermite's such a good character, man. I mean, he takes out so many things. You need him. And so I feel that this will also give Thatcher a big use as well as others. And Buck is just getting awesomer and awesomer. Now we're getting frag grenades with Buck. Oh, dude, sign me up, man. He's become one of my favorite operators, and I can't wait to see what else they're going to do. So, guys, I think what we can take from this is that Ubisoft is really listening to us. They've listened to what we've said, and we're finally getting these things that we've wanted for a while now. Now, Ubisoft has also gone on record saying that these buffs to the 3 IQ Tachanka and the other person, these might not be the only ones. We might see some more. We're not exactly entirely sure how much more we'll see or what else we'll get, but I think that we might get some more with Tachanka. I hope that they buff him just a little bit. Like what they did with Tachanka is fine. It's not bad. It's good. It's anything that they've done so far is really good. But I kind of want just a little bit more. Like I'd like him to get something that could really put him in the forerunner for being picked, okay? Because he has a less than 2% pick rating right now. That's terrible. That's terrible, right? So, anyways, guys, I think that about sums up everything I wanted to say. As more news comes out, I will, of course, be reporting. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like what you see here, hit that like button below. This is a really crazy round, and the way that it ends is just beautiful. So, continue to watch this, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Op 4, last operator standing. If you remain in this zone, you will be detected by hostiles. Op 4 is securing the biohazard container. Friendly, last operator standing. Protect the biohazard container.